Okay, Sophia, so we're going to take a look at some of your artwork. Can you tell me about this piece that I'm looking at right now? What is this? If your audience is looking at this,
Thing.
what would you describe it at? Like, tell me about the painting first of all. Like, what are we seeing here?
We're seeing jellyfish. We're seeing a lot of jellyfish with pink and black. And we are letting them merge from the black into the pink.
Is there a purpose behind that? Like, is there a story behind the art piece?
No, it was done by my sister. I did the background while she designed the jellyfish, most of them. We used different ingredients, or not ingredients, different, what's it called? Different objects to make the jellyfish. Like, she used a sponge for one of them, and then I handed one. So.
And then what does the BC awareness stand for? Do you know?
Breast cancer awareness.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, Sophia, so this is your next piece of art that we're looking at. Can you describe this for me?
Very yellow. It's very yellow.
Now, this painting feels like it has different textures on it.
What?
It feels like different textures. Did you use something else to do that? Like, talk to me about your work.
There's been a lot of different types of paint on there before. And I've tried covering it up, but I can't. Because it's a certain type of paint. It's acrylic, so I can't scrape it off with anything.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And tell me about the design of this art piece. When you make an art piece, do you have an idea in mind, or do you just, when you go to paint, what happens? You just paint whatever you're seeing or you're feeling about?
I normally just paint whatever my hands want. So, I let my hands do all the work. I don't even have to think about what I'm painting. If I have an image, I try and put that out, but it doesn't always work. So I do for the next best thing.
Okay. And so did this one have a name to it or anything? A lot of artists name their art pieces. Did you name this one?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right, Sophia, and this art piece that we're looking at right now, I noticed that there are a lot of shapes of hearts. And that's something you kind of have been putting in a lot of your other artwork. Is there a reason for that?
Sometimes I have a difficulty of sharing what's in my heart and in my feelings, so I try and put that out on my artwork. So that way, at least I'll know someone acknowledges it.
That's amazing. And I also noticed that a lot of your art that I've been seeing from you lately has these trees with, is that the stars? Is that what we're looking at right now?
Yes.
Okay. What's going on with that? Is that just something, do you love nature? Can you tell me about it a little bit? Briefly?
It's mostly because, I don't know, really. I just like doing the trees and stuff. The trees are really interesting with the technique and different ways you can shade it in and stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. And can you tell me about this painting? Like, are we looking at maybe the constellations? Are we looking at, like, these are symbolizing different planets? Or, because this one looks, I don't know,
Yeah, I kind of did that one as, like, Saturn and Saturn's rings. But it kind of gave me that, like, I want to do, like, more of a planet vibe. But I had a lot of heart-shaped things. So that's also a reason. But, yeah, that one is definitely more about Saturn.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and this last piece of artwork that we're looking at right now, can you describe this?
I was going for more of an underwater texture, or like an underwater color scheme, basically. And this is the outcome. I don't know what I was doing up at the top, but once I finish it, this is a still work in progress. So once I finish it, it'll probably look a little bit better.
Okay. So it's a work in progress. And painting on canvas, is this the only type of art that you use to be creative and express yourself?
Oh no, I do sketching and I also do different types of drawing.
Okay. And any other forms of art that you use?
Clay.
You do clay. What type of clay?
It's more of an air dry clay, but I use a putty clay. So
What kind of things do you like to make?
I make a lot of flowers with them, but I can do facial structures some, and I can also.
With your art on canvas, have you ever used fabric or done any kind of textures like that when you're making an art piece?
Yes, I do. I use a lot of different fabrics. I will normally take a rag and press it on for like a cloth type of texture. If I want it to be something that people can like bring down and touch, I'll probably use like tissue paper, so that way I can layer it up and make a weird texture with it. That's mostly my favorite.
That sounds like a neat idea. All right. Well, thank you very much. And can you just tell me real quick, how does being creative with art, how does that help you in your life? How does that help you express yourself in other ways besides what you've already told us?
It helps me get feelings off my chest and things out of my mind that I don't want to think about in the moments.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I'm trying to concentrate, it helps take my mind off of like pressure and stuff.
Okay.
So it's mostly a stress relief. But yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sophia.